If you handed me $1,000 a month and told me to start completely from zero in 2026, no portfolio, no experience, nothing, I wouldn't panic, and I definitely wouldn't just dump it all into whatever's trending on my feed that week. I've made basically every mistake you can make with money over the years, and I've also built real wealth from nothing more than once. So today, I'm giving you the exact breakdown of where every single dollar of that $1,000 would go, month after month, and more importantly, why it goes there, in that order. Stick around, because the sequence actually matters more than the amount, and if you get the order wrong, you can do everything else right and still end up stuck. Before we get into the split, you need to understand something most people get backwards. It's not about finding one genius investment that changes your life overnight. It's about layering different types of money that each do a completely different job. Some protect you when things go wrong. Some grow slowly and quietly in the background for decades. Some exist purely to accelerate things once the foundation is solid.
Miss even one of these layers and the whole structure gets shaky the moment life throws something unexpected at you. So let's build it from the ground up, starting with the part nobody wants to talk about. The first $150 goes straight into an emergency cushion, sitting in a high-interest savings account, completely separate from your spending money. I know, boring, and definitely not why you clicked on this video. But here's the thing almost nobody tells you. If you don't have a buffer, one bad month forces you to sell your investments at exactly the wrong moment. I learned this the hard way years ago when a client payment got delayed and I had to pull money out of the market during a dip just to cover rent that month. That single decision cost me more than a full year of saving would have made back. So this isn't optional, and it's not exciting, but it's the foundation everything else in this list is going to sit on top of.
Once that base actually exists, and only then, the next $500, half of the entire budget, goes into a total market index fund. Not because it's exciting, because it genuinely isn't, but because it's the closest thing to a guaranteed outcome that investing offers. Historically, the market has returned around 10% a year over long stretches of time. That means if you invest $500 a month consistently starting in 2026 for the next 30 years, even with zero raises and zero extra contributions ever, you're looking at a portfolio worth well over $1 million, almost entirely from compound interest doing the heavy lifting while you're asleep, at work, or completely forgetting the account exists. This single bucket is the part of the strategy that actually makes you rich long term. Everything else on this list is seasoning. But if all I did was pour everything into one index fund, this would be a pretty short video, and honestly, kind of a miserable way to actually learn about money. So the next $200 goes toward individual stocks. Not because I think I can consistently outsmart the market, nobody reliably can, professionals included, because owning small pieces of specific companies teaches you how to actually read earnings reports, understand what drives a stock price up or down, and stay level-headed during volatility instead of panic selling the second things dip. I remember buying my very first individual stock and refreshing the price 5 or 6 times a day, like it was going to change my life by lunchtime. That obsession taught me more about how markets actually move in real time than any course or book ever could. Think of this bucket as tuition you're paying yourself, not a lottery ticket you're hoping pays off. Here's where it starts getting a little more interesting. The next $100 goes into crypto. Specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum, split roughly evenly between the two. I'm not telling you to chase whatever random coin is pumping on social media this particular week, because that's how most people lose the entire bucket in a single afternoon. I'm talking about the two assets that have already survived multiple brutal crashes, multiple crypto is dead headlines, and are still standing here in 2026. This bucket is small on purpose. Small enough that a crash doesn't wreck your month or your sleep, large enough that if it performs well, you actually feel the upside. Anyone confidently telling you to go all in on any single coin is either lucky, lying to you, or about to lose your money for you. That leaves the final $50, and this is the one almost nobody ever talks about in these breakdowns. I'd put it straight toward my own skills.
A course, a book, a tool that genuinely makes me better at earning. Here's why this quietly matters more than people realize. A solid stock market year might get you 10%, but investing in a skill that raises your income by even a few $100s a month gives you a return no fund on earth could ever match, because you then get to invest that extra income right back into every other bucket in this list. Your income is the engine pulling the whole train. Everything else in this video is just where the fuel actually goes once it's earned. So to recap the full $1,000 in order. $150 into your safety net, so a bad month never forces you to sell at exactly the worst possible time. $500 into a boring, reliable index fund, because that's what quietly builds the bulk of your long-term wealth without you doing anything clever. $200 into individual stocks to build real hands-on market understanding while the stakes are still small. $100 into Bitcoin and Ethereum for genuine upside without ever betting the whole farm on it, and $50 straight back into yourself, because a bigger income means every single other bucket on this list grows faster too. Now, listen closely. This split isn't something you set once in January and forget about for the rest of your life. As your income grows, as your confidence and knowledge grow, these percentages are meant to shift and evolve with you. But if you're starting completely from zero in 2026, with no real experience and no safety net behind you, this exact order, in this exact priority, is how I'd build it if I somehow had to start all over again tomorrow morning. The real risk here was never picking the wrong stock or missing the next big coin before it takes off. Doing nothing at all while you sit around waiting to feel ready enough to start is. Every single month you wait is a month of compound interest you can never get back, no matter how much you earn later. If you want to know exactly how to open the right accounts and automate this entire system so you never have to manually think about it again, write a note for me down in the comments. But don't click off just yet. A gentle like to the video would be splendid so others can know about these golden nuggets you've learned. Make sure to subscribe if you want to grow your wealth, okay? I'll see you over there.